Austraeoh by Imploding Colon, read by Deathlight, Chapter 83, Clarity. Rockspot was cowering, his eyes tightly clenched shut as he squatted against the wooden floor of the courtyard. The world grew silent as a hoof tapped slowly on his shoulder. He gazed up with moist eyes to see his father and older brother smiling at him. Slowly, the entire turnip family stood up alongside several other ponies. The villagers of Austraeoh gazed skyward as inch by inch the mist began to dissipate. It was a slow process at first. As the minutes piled up on one another, the fog unraveled faster and faster. Austraeoh gazed along with his wife. Fultrot stood a hush to his side, holding the elder upright. Austraeoh's fellow unicorns started lowering their magical force fields as the air became clearer and clearer. Soon, the streets and alleyways of Austraeoh opened completely. The multiple wooden buildings showed in their entirety. The platforms and rails became visible. Even the body of the mountain below and the forest stretching beyond revealed themselves in the pristine glory. Finally, a golden glow settled upon the loft village as a glorious sunrise pierced the summit of the mountains above. The dwelling was bathed in an ethereal twilight, evoking colors that remained dormant and obscure for so long. There was not a single monster present. As the mist departed, so did all the ugliness and danger. Birds flocked from treetop to treetop, occasionally peeking above to the edge of the hanging township. With the arrival of evening, the stars were born overhead. The world felt fresh, new, and reborn. Austraeoh was at the roof of all of it. When the cheers began, they emanated over the landscape like sirens through a deep gorge. Earth ponies danced and embraced each other atop the multiple platforms. Several guards tossed their armor, whooping and hollering. Loved ones held each other close and greeted the clear sky night with tears. The turnip family was no different. Red Sr. and his wife nuzzled closely, while Red Jr., Rockspot, and the rest trotted in eager, chatting circles. Austraeoh and his significant other exchanged a few tender words amongst the deafening celebration within the central courtyard. Fultrot was being congratulated by multiple peers and subordinates, many of whom stopped celebrating just long enough to give him a smile and a hoof shake. Dazed, confused, but ultimately happy, Fultrot could only smile in disbelief at the new world that had been shrouded from him for nearly a decade. The only ponies who were anything but jubilant was Hushtail and Sladesteed. As the entire village rejoiced, they stood there in a quiet slump, with several moving bodies separating them. Their eyes met, along with their dullness and shame, and they merely hung their heads. Austraeoh noticed this, but then he noticed something else. He gestured to his unicorn cohorts. The four of them watched as the crowd of ecstatic ponies parted ways. From the mine shafts, two mares were trotting up. Austraeoh couldn't help but smirk. Gold Petals was showing her more bashful side. Her hoof was long gone, and her less than masculine features were on display. However, no pony seemed to mind, much less pay attention, as they rushed over to congratulate her and shake her hoof. She smiled nervously, exchanging a few brief words with the likes of Ironhoof, Red Turnip Jr., and others. When she stumbled upon Fultrot, she got a little misty-eyed and gave the elder a tight hug. Fultrot returned the embrace, gently nuzzling her, glancing over to smile at Rainbow Dash. Rainbow exhaled long and hard, reeling as a wave of dizziness left her, along with a glow to her pendants. She shifted the weight of the saddlebags on her back and glanced across the village. Austraeoh was given an approving smile, only for his image to be blocked by a loud and obnoxious Ironhoof, who slapped Rainbow's shoulder before giving her a huge hug. Rainbow's eyes bugged as she tried to squeeze out of his embrace. Soon, however, Ironhoof's wife dove in and started to swat him hard. He let go of Rainbow Dash and shrugged innocently as his wife dragged him into a corner for a bitter lecture. As she was free to breathe once again, she noticed Sladesteed in the distance. She was almost surprised he hadn't run away. Instead, he sat solidly on his haunches and shared a lethargic gaze with her. A deep breath ran through Rainbow's body. She turned her side to say something to Gold Petals, but she was gone. Blinking, Rainbow gazed across the courtyard. Finally, she saw her. Gold Petals was standing at a distance beside Fultrot. Full tries speaking to a pair of familiar elders, a mare and a stallion. After gesturing, Fulltrot stepped back. Gold Petals was squaring off with the two elder equines, their eyes locked. The stallion shifted nervously, and the mare's eyes filled with tears. Gold Petals herself clasped with a withheld sob. And soon, the entire family was hugging each other dearly, reuniting after fate and circumstance almost shattered them completely. Rainbow Dash stared prolongedly at the scene. Her expression was neutral, calm, serene. It wasn't until several minutes had passed that she realized she was no longer staring at Gold Petals and her parents. Night had fallen, the moon had risen. The villagers of Winthrop were gathering at the town hall to perform a celebration. But Rainbow Dash was alone. She was always alone. As the coolness of night fell across the mountaintop, Rainbow found herself standing before an unimpeded world, gazing fixedly towards the eastern horizon.